It's time for the FedEx Cup playoffs, with the PGA Tour's top 125 players in place and 4 tournaments ahead. Bill Haas was the last man standing back in 2011, so we sat down with someone who knows to discuss the unique pressures that come at the end of the season.
Well, we're coming into the final part of the season now. The majors are over. It's FedEx Cup playoff time. It's obviously an environment that you feel comfortable in. We saw it in 2011. How do you mentally prepare any differently for the playoff environment?
I think, like you say, the majors are over. Those are certainly high-pressure events and ones that we want to do well in. But like me, I did not do so well in them, so we still have to. You have to focus towards the rest of the season, and there's still a lot to be played for. Certainly, money, the bonus that you get at the end is unbelievable. But you're playing for, those last 4 events are some of our biggest events, and what better way to end the year, with winning one of those.
2011 was your year. You took home the FedEx Cup. Just tell us what it was like in that sudden death playoff with Hunter Mahan. It must have just been so much pressure on your shoulders. Just tell us about your memories of that.
I was just, at the time, happy to be in the moment, I guess. It was the only time I had reached the Tour Championship so far, and just being there was such a bonus. And then I played well all week, and I just kind of felt like I was hanging on. I bogeyed 2 of my last 3 holes. I certainly could have won outright, and so I was feeling the nerves, and I was kind of struggling coming in. So I was just trying to get in, post a score, and hopefully it would have been good enough. And then the playoffs, I was so focused on that event. I really wasn't thinking about the FedEx Cup that much. I was just trying to win the Tour Championship, and ignorance is kind of bliss. It ended up working out for me, and so much had to go my way because I wasn't even near the top of the top 30. I know Webb was maybe leading or right near the lead. Luke Donald, I needed those guys to not play well, and Luke ended up finishing 3rd in the event, I think. And so a lot of things had to just barely go my way for it to happen, and all the stars aligned that week.
And isn't it right that when you actually won the Tour Championship, you didn't actually realise that you'd also won the FedEx Cup until you got to the trophies and you realised there's 1 player here and 2 trophies? Right. What was that moment like?
I didn't allow myself to believe that I'm playing for both. I think I was so focused on winning that tournament, or just really it came down to winning a playoff between one other guy. I was just trying to beat one other guy, and that was kind of what I focused on. And then once I won, I really just cared about the fact that I won the playoff, and I was so fired up about that. It was only my 3rd win. I've only won 6 times, so only 3 times. That was a big deal, a bigger deal to me than anything else. And so then when I went up to get the trophies, to see both of them there, it just made the day even better. And that shot out of the water, it's something since so far is what I'm remembered for, and I'm fine with that. That was a pretty special week for me.
It was a very good day in the office for you. You took just over $11.5 million away that day. How much do you even think about the money? Like you say, the winning is more important, but you must have that looming over you, knowing how much money is involved.
It's an unbelievable thing that FedEx has done to sponsor our tour for our season-long event, our Cup. To be able to have us to play for that kind of money is unbelievable. It's something. I grew up in golf. I'm watching my dad play, and I think it's something that he cannot believe. That was something that he didn't have that to play for. So to see the game change, to have it become that popular, to get that kind of support and sponsorships is pretty amazing. And I was just, so lucky and fortunate to come out on top that one week.
And talking of your dad, as we know, he is America's President Cup captain this year. You're very close to making the team. Mm-hmm. What do you think it could take for you to make it? And with it being your dad, are there any tips that you can give you on what he's looking for his picks?
I think he just wants a guy that's playing the best. If he's going to pick a guy, he's obviously going to pick who maybe they didn't qualify on points, but they're playing the best at that time. And so for me to make the team, for both ways, to get picked or to make the team, I have to, top 10, top 5 a couple weeks here coming down the stretch. And so that's kind of my focus, is just, forget about everything else. Playing well, it's funny how playing well answers every question in this game. We're rewarded for how we do, not just for how good we think we are. You have to perform week in and week out. And so that's kind of what I'm up against here these next few weeks, is I have to perform to make the team, and if I don't, then I don't. And that's as fair as it gets.
Well, we hope to see you there. The best of luck, and thanks for joining us here on Golfing World. Thanks Bill.
Me.
Thanks.